Hi Year 7, it's Mrs. Mamo here. Today I'm going to be demonstrating to you how we light a Bunsen burner. So before we start any prac, we need to put our safety goggles on and check we have all our equipment. So obviously I've got my Bunsen burner here, I've got my heat-proof mat, which I need every time I do an experiment with a Bunsen burner, and I have matches to light the Bunsen burner. Alright, just some safety things. Back here I've got my gas taps. You should never touch or play with these gas taps unless your teacher has said to you, now you're to light your Bunsen burner, all right? But you should never touch them or turn them on and off. When they're off, they make a right angle. The tap itself makes a right angle with the spout. So that's how you know that it's off, okay? And sometimes you might find you go to turn your gas tap on to light your Bunsen burner and no gas actually comes out. If that happens, you just need to pop your hand up and tell your teacher. They'll just need to reset the gas in the lab for you. So before we light the Bunsen burner, I'll just show you a few parts of the Bunsen burner first. Okay, so the Bunsen burner has a few key parts. The first part is the base, which is the blue-green colour that's here. The rubber tube that's here that I use to connect to the gas tap at the back. The collar, which is this part down the bottom, which spins or rotates around. And the reason why it does that is so we can open and close the air holes. So you can see when it's like that, it's open, air can move into the Bunsen burner, and when it's closed, all right, no air can move into the Bunsen burner. And then the barrel. All right, the first thing we need to do when we're lighting the Bunsen burner is we need to check that our air holes are in the closed position, which mine are, and I need to plug the hose onto the gas tap. But I don't turn the gas on just yet. Before I turn on the gas, I need to light my match. The reason why I light my match first is so that if it takes a little bit of time to light the match, that I don't have gas flowing into the lab. Okay. If you've never had to light a match before, I suggest you ask your parents if you can practice with their supervision at home, just so you get the hang of it before you have to do it for the first time in the science lab. But to light the match, you take a new match, so it's with a red end, and provide even and firm pressure against the side of the box and light the match away from you and down. So that means if the match breaks or you drop it, it's just going to fall on the heat-proof mat, okay, which is fine. We can blow it out quite easily from there, but we don't want to be lighting it towards us and have the match break, because then it might light and actually hit our clothes, which is not good. All right, so I've air holes closed, gas tube connected to the gas tap. I'm going to light my match and turn my gas tap on now that my match is lit. And you can see now that I have quite a bright yellow flame. That's what we call the yellow flame or the safety flame. It's very easy to see because of its yellow colour. It's quite large. But it's not so good for heating things. So I would always make sure I use the yellow safety flame when I'm turning the Bunsen burner on or off, or when I'm not directly heating something. If I wanted to heat a beaker of water or a test tube with some chemical in it, I would need to change my safety flame to a heating flame. And the way I do that is just by rotating the collar here. So my air holes are now open. You might actually find that flame quite difficult to see. It actually flickers like a blue colour. I'll try and put my lab coat behind it, but you still probably can't see it. So the blue flame is a very, very hot flame and very, very hard to see. So that's why we always need to be very careful when we have our blue flame on, because it is very hard to see. Once I finish heating whatever I'm heating, I need to turn my flame back to the safety flame. And then to switch my Bunsen burner off, I just turn it off at the gas. All right, I don't ever blow it out while the gas is, or ever, but because the gas is still on, it will keep flowing into the lab even though there's no flame. Then to pack it away, I just need to disconnect it. You just need to pull that off, throw any dead matches in the bin, and return all your equipment to where you found it.